Hello and welcome to YourEmailSolution.com. My name is Lynn Hubert, and today I'm going to be talking about how to get a 100% open rate. Have you noticed that your email campaigns are not working like they used to? This is exactly the same problem many people are having. They'll have created a list of 100 people, 500, 1,500, maybe 15,000 people, but somehow when they send out the email, there seems to be almost no response. It's as if almost nobody reads your emails. Even though you spend a lot of time designing them, you think about them, you design them specifically for the people on your list, and they're not reading your emails. That's what it seems like. And in fact, they're not. And you know why? It's because they're not opening the email. People just don't open emails anymore. If you have an email account, and obviously you do, you're going to know that you don't open all the emails you receive anymore either. And you can sit and cry about it as much as you want. Why don't people open emails? What's wrong here? The problem is so big, in the past couple of years they've decided to give it a name. They call it email open rate. So what is an email open rate? Well, it's the percent of people that actually open your email. And then again, some of your email isn't even delivered. This open rate is of the email that is actually delivered. When you send emails, some of it just goes into cyberspace, and it doesn't even get to the other person's email box. So here's what an email open rate looks like. If you send out 100 emails, maybe 90 of them are delivered to that person's mailbox. Of those, 15 people open them. That gives you a 16% open rate. 15 people out of 90 who received it in their email box clicked open. That means 84% of the people that you sent your message to don't even see it. How are you going to make any progress with your offer if 84% of the people that you send it to don't even see it? And if you think that's bad, if you're really a big marketer, that means someone who's got a list of, say, 5,000 people, 10,000, 15, 20,000 people. Some marketers have 80 or 90,000 people on their lists. The open rate, the percentage of people that actually open those emails, is even smaller, like 7.4%. So that means basically that when you send out an email and you have a big list, 92.6% of the people typically never see your message. And whether you're a big marketer or a small marketer, everybody feels the same way, which is, why don't they open my email? And here's the reason. You've been sitting in front of your computer, and if you look at your inbox, it's probably blowing out emails to the point where people just can't even stand it, and that's the problem. There's way too much for people. So that's why the open rate percent of people that open your email, any email, is so small. We all experience it every day. So there's an alternative to that I used years ago, but I rediscovered recently, and it has a 100% open rate. It's a little old-fashioned, and here's what it is. Don't laugh. They're real cards delivered to your door. It sounds a little strange in our 100% digital world, I guess, to think about something as simple as a postcard, but I'm here to tell you that when people get cards, and ask yourself, when you get a card in your mailbox, do you open them? Yes or no? The difference is that with email, when you send 100 emails, 16 people are going to see them. If you send 100 cards, 100 people will see it. And you have to ask yourself, which open rate do you want? Do you want 16%, 16 out of 100 people to even see your message? Or do you want 100% of the people to see what you have to offer? That's the reason I'm so excited about this particular business. I really love the idea of getting my message out to every single person to whom I send it. So that's really the question. Have you thought about a 100% open rate for yourself? What would happen to your business if you could get that? And of course, there is a downside. Isn't it expensive? Well, actually, the old way, it was sort of expensive. If you've ever been to Hallmark or the grocery store, you know that a Hallmark card is $3 to $5 plus postage. With this arrangement, and this is one of the few companies where the prices here are less than the price you can get on the street. Here you can send out a card for $1, and that includes postage delivered to the person's door. That's, of course, what makes it so appealing, because it's efficient and it's less expensive. You can still put in a personal touch, too. You can use your own handwriting and signature if you want, without ever touching the card. And the part I like is no licking, no sticking, and no schlepping. You can choose from tens of thousands of cards, and if you're a creative person like me, or think you are, you can make your own. For example, when you get on the website, once you're a member here, these are the kinds of images that you'll see. You can choose from all different sorts of cards, whether they're birthday or sympathy cards, or whether they're congratulations cards, you name it, there's one there. And they have all kinds of fun cards. For example, they have risque cards. Imagine getting a card like this. Certainly that's going to be opened. They have funny cards, pretty cards, masculine cards, pretty much anything you could want. And if you want to create your own, which is what I like doing, you get templates like these for a postcard or a greeting card or a 3-panel card to make your own. You can drag in your own pictures, you can create images, whatever you can put on your computer, and you can drag it in here. Now there is a downside, I gotta tell you. I know it sounds really too good to be true, but there is a downside. And here it is. You have to like your computer. This is all done on a computer. You choose the cards on a computer, and when you click send, the company prints it, stuffs it, and mails it. So if you don't like your computer or you can't stand being on it, this might not be such a good thing for you. But if you like your computer and you like the idea of surprising people, both in your marketplace and people you care about, this might be something for you. Anyway, this is how I became the number 14 team builder in my company out of 150,000 reps, because I know what it is that my people want. Let me tell you who my people are. For me, the people that I help, they're network marketers, they're direct sellers, they're small business owners like realtors, insurance, salespeople, maybe plumbers or electricians, pretty much anyone in business. And all of them want just one thing. They want lines of customers outside their door. They want lines of representatives outside their door, people waiting to buy what they've got. I showed these folks a way to get that 100% open rate. All of them did email. Pretty much everybody did some sort of email, and they all know what miserable results they get. And they never understood that most people don't even see their emails. So guess what most people said when I showed them the 100% open rate strategy? Yep, you guessed it. They loved it. Another thing that these cards are good for is customer and distributor retention and team building. In my prior company, I sent out cards to my top 10 reps in sales and recruiting, as well as birthday and anniversary cards. They really helped my team members feel special and part of the team, and therefore helped me build a much stronger, unified team. And some people use them for personal use. You can use these cards for birthdays, holidays, thank yous. You can load up credit cards like Starbucks, Target cards, American Express. You can send books. We have all kinds of gifts like brownies and cookies and CDs and all different kinds of things. So for people who like using cards and just want to get a better deal and do it for less, this is an option for people like that. Plus, you can automate everything. So you can set up people's birthdays, and the system will remind you when it's their birthday so that you know you need to send that card. And you can send campaigns like, say, 5 or 6 cards automatically sent every 2 to 3 months, depending on what you're doing. So if you ask yourself, would having a 100% open rate help you in your business? Regardless of what you're marketing, would it help you? Yes or no? That's the first question. Secondly, do you think a 100% open rate strategy can help people like you? People who are in business for themselves, who want more customers and they want more reps, basically so they can make more sales and more volume? So that's the 100% open rate strategy that I've been using to build myself to the number 14 spot in this company. And this is something that I'm offering you, and you can use to help yourself, or you can use it to help others. So are you ready? Here's what you want to do next if you want to play. You can test the card sending service, and again, if you're sort of shy or you're not sure about this, try the tiny one. It's okay, it'll be all right. $9.80 will give you 10 messages. That's to say 10 cards. And it could be tips on somebody's fridge, like floss the teeth you want to keep. That might be a message that a dentist might send to his clients. Or you can do the $31 option, which is 40 to 50 messages that you can put on cards. That's how many cards that you can send out for doing that. Or if you want to go whole hog, you can become a representative on our team. And that's where you pay $395 to the company, and then you learn how to do all this stuff yourself. And second, help other people do that stuff and be paid to do it. That's exactly what I'm doing here right now with you. You have the chance to either test the service or you have the chance to become a representative and do exactly what I'm doing, okay? So here's what you do. Go to sendoutcards.com, and you might have to open up another browser window. So just open a new window, and then here's what you're going to do. You'll see a page that looks like this at the top, Send Out Cards, and see where the blue circle there that's going to say Join Now? Just look for that at the top of your screen and click on that link. When you do, you'll see the 3 options screen. One is the $31 customer, the other is the retail customer for $9.80, or you can do what they call the MD, which is the marketing distributor, for $395. That's the whole enchilada. So maybe you're not sure which package to choose. Normally, I suggest that if you're a little bit on the fence about this, relax, don't worry. Nobody's going to push you into anything because we don't want anybody who was pushed in. We don't want to push and we don't want to be pushed. If you're not sure, try the small option, the $9.80 option. It's a monthly thing, and what you can do is test it for a month, and if you don't love it, assuming that you send out your 10 cards, if you don't love it, then just cancel. So that's the $9.80 option. If you're pretty confident you have 50 to 60 customers, or maybe 100 to 200 people, those are the people who sign up for the $31 option because you get more cards and they're slightly less expensive. So for the $31 option, it works out to be 62 cents a card, and on the $9.80 option, you're paying 98 cents. So it's a difference between 98 cents and 62 cents per card. You can obviously send more cards for $31 too. So people who sign up for the distributorship are people who know that they have other people in their lives, whether it's a local realtor or another network marketer or maybe a direct seller, or anyone who has anything that they want to get out there, whether it's a physical product or a digital product, and they want to show it to other people. Cards are marvelous for this because people see it and it's real. So those are the options. Choose your option and then click on the Join Now. That'll give you a page that looks like this with a space to put in your sponsor's ID. I'm going to give you that number to enter in just a minute, but first I want to show you a couple of screens that you'll see. So as soon as you put in that number, which I'll give you in a second, here's another screen that you're going to see so you won't be surprised. You'll want to add postage. So if you click on the $31 or the $9.80 option, they'll give you this, what you see in the middle of the page here, the Add Expense Funds. And that is postage and you'll want to pick $5 or $10 because the postage is obviously separate, okay? And if you're coming in as a distributor, you'll want to choose the $31 subscription here and also add expense funds. So here you go. We'll kind of entice you and help you get started here. If you come in as a customer, we'll give you some personal help creating your first campaign and get your contacts loaded into the contact manager. Make sure that you're comfortable with the system so we can get your first card sent out. Then, of course, there's the distributorship, and that's $395. And with that, you'll get some help, the same help that the customer gets. Plus, we do live weekly team calls that I run, and you'll have access to Richard and I every single week. So this isn't one of those deals where you pay and you never hear from anyone again. And you're going to have 24/7 access to the online forum that we have. Why do we do all this stuff? It's because we want it to work for you. If you're willing to put in some time and you see the value of this, why wouldn't we want to help you? You know, your success is our success. It's just a question of being more effective and making sure that if you believe that you've got something that people can use, you've got to test the cards. At least test them to see what happens. That's what I would recommend that you do because that's your big risk. You got to test it, try it, and see what happens. That's what I would do. In fact, that's what I did. I never had any intention to build this company. I was working in another home-based business and I used the cards to help build my business. And then I fell in love with it. Like, this is so cool. We could help so many people to help get their message out. And that's what I've been doing ever since. It went so well that Richard and I took 14th place in this company contest they ran for 150,000 reps over 5 months. And we came in number 14 using this strategy. So I would invite you to check it out and put in some effort so that when you see how it works, we'll be standing right there with you to help you do it and make sure that you can do it. And then put the word out and test it because what if it works for you like it's been working for us? So here's what you got to do. Ask yourself, what if it works for you like it did for me? Well, here's the bottom line. If you want to get 100% open rate and try one of these options, then go to sendoutcards.com and then click on the Join Now. And when you get to that sponsor ID, you'll see it right here. It's 113219. That's the sponsor ID for this. And the person you'll see here is Lynn and Richard Huber, so you'll know that you're on the right team. So pick the option you want and then send me an email and send us your receipt so that I know what you did. And we'll contact you within 24 hours to get you set up and set up a time to chat and get you started. If you have any questions, my information's here on the screen, my phone number and my email. Contact me and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So I hope you found this helpful and let me know what you want to do with it, okay? Thanks and have a great day.